Say whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Because when you succeed, your actions become gospel. People will write books about your actions and try to follow it. You know what works best for you. And whatever people can see, they can use inspiration. They can utilize it. It's an opening. You're giving people a door. You're giving people a door to take and open their own doors with it. The door as a handle. Your door attaches to their door as a handle. Your method is good. You don't even know you know. But all the tiny steps you're taking, you're improving, my darling. You're improving. And guess what? Guess what? You want to know something lovely? You are trying 100%. If you're just trying to go in the right direction, you are 100% trying. And sometimes, to society, that looks like 10%. To whatever else, it looks like 10%. But the thing is, your trying has to be matched with a why. Why are you trying? What? No, sorry. A why and a what. What are you trying for? What do you want? What do you want? That's something we don't even know. So maybe you're putting... Okay, since we're always trying 100%. So, for example, if I woke up today, I'm really exhausted, I need to lie in bed. I go on social media, the hours pass, I go back to bed. That is me 100% trying. You know why? Let me tell you why. It is because I woke up with that certain amount of energy. The best thing my body and my mind knew to do was to make myself happy. That was my internal goal. That was my subconscious goal. Make body happy. That's what your mind is always trying to do. It's trying to calm you and make you feel zen. That is what your internal system is trying to do. So when you don't have a goal, your body puts 100% of effort into what they think is the goal. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You were tired. So your body's goal was looking for what your body needs. Rest. You lay in bed all day. Your body's tired. But you didn't make that conscious goal to rest. That's why you're still exhausted. Because the guilt manifests. And the guilt is also an energy. It's 100% trying. Guilt. What is guilt even for? Guilt is the feeling that we're supposed to be doing something else. Now, why when you're resting you feel like you're supposed to be doing something else? Well, simple answer is societal conditioning. I feel like the complex answer is a complex answer. But societal conditioning, of course, back to it. We're told all these rules by people who are literally as clueless as us at our age. We're just clueless, and we like to think of the concept that there are some sort of old people on this planet. But guess what? Everybody is young. Like, I don't think we've had a 300-year-old. I don't even know if we've had a 200-year-old. 100 and some things, probably. But that means, or maybe there's anomalies. However, we are all just little babies on this earth of our earthly experiences. That's the gist of it. So Listen to yourself, because your intuition is so brilliant. So brilliant. But people made up this concept that you need to read stuff in order to know stuff. That's the only way to attain knowledge. You see, I thought that. Then I started reading, and I realized, shoot, I still can't debate, because what I'm reading, I don't understand why. I understand, like, yeah, okay, these are the rules of the universe, okay, why? I don't really get it. It's like when you do maths. Y equals ax plus c. A equals, shoot, what is going on? Y equals ax plus b. Why? Why is the question? No, I just know I need to sub in some stuff. Basically, you know the how. You don't know the why. You don't know why things interconnect. But guess what? Your mind is such a powerful magnet. It can pick up on small little details in people, and you understand instantly their energy, whether they can be trusted. This keeps you safe. You notice little details, and maybe you don't actually realize you notice little details, but your mind has so many thoughts all the time. You can pick up when someone's energy is slightly off, and you forget that. But it's all logical reasoning. Your mind's like, okay, when I do this, then people respond like this. So a small thing, a small habit turns into like, when I drink water, I have to rub my lips together. Now, why do we do that? Because when I don't do that, the water drips, one drop. You see, your mind doesn't consciously think of that. So, the why. The why of your logical thinking. Your mind knows the why of your intuitive understanding of life. Your mind knows the why. And people utilize this concept, actually, if you think about it. Politicians. Who knows Anna Delvey? Because, yeah, your mind correlates someone who has a Gucci bag, Dior, whatever. This person definitely, by the laws of existence, can't be poor. And that's how people write a false narrative. This person speaks so confidently, and you don't see that kind of confidence if they're just talking out of their butt. You don't see that kind of support by everybody if they're a nobody. You see what I'm saying? So people spend their lives that feel empty just to show everybody, look, I've got this many people. This many. That means I must mean something. You see what I'm saying? So, in short, trust thyself, aka trust yourself. Because your mind, actually, your entire living is an amalgamation of your different experiences, your different code going in. Beep, yes. Beep, no. Beep, yes. Like this, no, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Like all these tiny little, and eventually, you're filled with wisdom, with knowledge. You just have to trust yourself. Okay. For me, I'm going to give you an example. I am a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist. I care about the little details. And I never think about that. Like, okay, if I'm new to a school, I would think, this button is too far. That actually reduces, like, this button's a bit too far. I was probably not going to press it. But in a huge meeting, like in a town hall, you wouldn't imagine that someone would be like, the button on the bottom should be moved to the top so that people can press it and get access to the information. Like, it seems so small. Or you should switch bottom of the, but you don't understand how these things, these little cavities of goodness that actually manifest. And it's not even manifestation, but I'm not talking about that manifestation. Manifest as in grow. They actually become huge outputs. You see that? Atomic habits. Let it be said. Yeah. So I'm not saying you can't learn from books either. 100% you can learn from a lot from books. But you can also learn from yourself. And guess what? Children are actually encouraged to not start learning until age 7. Then, go ahead. Learn. But first they need to learn with their heart, their intuitive nature, their hands, their play. We learn so much. We are abstract thinkers when we're young because we don't actually have a frame of reference for what reality is. And as we get older, that frame of reference is given to us by adults and random humans. And we think, these are the constraints of society. We think that's that. You ask a question in class, it's abstract. Your teacher's thinking in 2D, you're thinking in 5D. Your teacher's like, what point is that? And you're thinking, what happens if we draw an elephant? A 3D elephant, can we do that? Made out of black holes. Like, who actually asks these questions? Children. Children ask these questions. But we can learn so much from these questions. Do you know how much I've learned from just overhearing the last bit of a sentence that someone has said in the distance? I actually learned so much from my surroundings. And don't just disregard that. You're always learning. Watching Netflix, whatever. Something applies. Something's going on in your brain. You're learning new things. Yes, this is happening. Another aspect is that it can actually alter your perspective of reality. If you consume one thing too much, it becomes the norm for you. You're highly adaptive creatures, especially if you're someone who struggles with socialization or social something, you know, like maybe you have ADHD, maybe you have anxiety. Very used to adapting to whatever the other person wants, especially if you had like parents that were narcissistic or whatever. You were always adapting to their needs. So your feelings were put second. Thus you do that with echo chambers. Echo chambers of information, of energies, of ways of thinking. And there are different levels of frequencies of thinking. I unfortunately fluctuate like this in a day. But it goes from very low level. You think, there's nothing to this life. Life is small. Life is so small. Do people even like me? And at this level, you're not attracting stuff. You're desperate. You're trying to hold someone tight. They want to go. As soon as you let go, whatever. They're back. Are you joking me? Are you joking me? Letting go is doing this. You see that? You see the color change? I just realized that analogy. Letting go is doing this. Letting go is doing this. And okay, I cannot emphasize how, I don't need to emphasize anything really, but I am literally connecting dots in this video. Even the first piece of advice I gave, I was like, how do I know this? What the heck am I saying? So yeah, trust yourself, be yourself, do good to yourself. And if you want to help society, help yourself. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the man in the mirror. Start being good yourself. People will follow, people will change, whatever. If that's your goal. You want to help others, you want to matter. Help thyself. Let me tell you something. I have a little sticky note, and it was actually prompted by a quote. It said, take the sticky note that says, I want you to like me, off your forehead and place it on your mirror. You know what I'm saying? I want me to like me. So I put a sticky note. I want you to like me. Also, another thing that I read, still don't know the why, but I may slowly discover it, like just how I discovered that thing earlier. When you're trying to sell affirmations to yourself, say your name. For me, my name is Kea. I will say, Kea has amazing hair. Kea is kind. Also today, I've been saying a weird affirmation to myself that I felt called to. I said, please shrink my ego. Please, ego, do not be present right now. And things have been, I don't know. Not having an ego is sometimes fun. People put all their bearings up until you learn to trust. You know what I realized? Okay, I have this, I'm very strict to myself. I feel very guilty when I lie. I don't want to lie, ever. Sometimes, I don't know, there's some loopholes or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay if I lie this time. Some white lies. But in general, I really don't want to lie at all. And thus, I hope I don't attract liars. I don't see liars in my life. And I feel inclined to touch wood. But I'm just gonna trust that things will be okay. Good night, everybody.